Hey, so I've got a few things to show here. Let's start with this Penelope ISO. I've been meaning to investigate this for a while, and finally managed to find something, but not very battle tested yet. Right. First, I want to establish some shit. After Penelope dismisses her escorts, they detach and stand off in the orchard, and she has a conversation with this guard. Now, we can lure her somewhere isolated pretty easily with the ICA flash phone available in all good loadouts. But her guards will follow as she's been distracted out of the conversation she was in. We can actually KO her guards and isolate her anyway, but we won't be able to do loud kills with the dirty bodies lying around. Alternatively, we can bump her guards in place and then drop something, go kill her quick and box her before her guards get there. The stairs can actually block vision, so this is an option that could work for loud kills too. But wouldn't it be better if we could just lure her without her guards? Now, her guards will eventually try to look for her, kind of. They will walk a few steps, and then because the window of time has passed, they just give up and go back to the house, which is probably the scariest thing about them now. You do need to remember to watch out for them when they get back to the house. But I'm not going to recommend just dropping something to break her out of the conversation, because I've had inconsistent results with that, with her waiting longer for some reason. What I'm going to recommend is actually leaving a gun right behind her as soon as the conversation starts. Like so. Run away from it to make sure he actually sees it. He won't see it if you stand near it. It's a common mistake people make. And wait for her to start moving of her own volition. Do not distract her before she starts moving. When she starts moving of her own volition, you can begin a chain lure on her. Obviously, you could do this with any item, not just the phone, but I do recommend the ICA flash phone. And she will come back here alone. They will not follow. Maybe you're thinking, hey, you just gave up your Krugi, you insane. No, it's right in the point man shed. And you're a guard, you can get it back very easy. So that's no worry. Did a frontal kill there just to show how not wall hacky or anything it is. So obviously we can just get the gun back now. Okay, but what if you can't make that timing? What if you spent the entire run just, you know, fiddling with gun parts, and obviously, realistically, you want to go and ISO Sean Rose, which you can do. You just barely have enough time to do this. You can KO the Tex and KO Sean Rose. Obviously, if you prepared the tech shed in advance, then you would have plenty of time. What we recommend doing if you're late is actually staying away from Penelope completely. Do not trigger her proxy convo. And just wait for her to start coming out of the conversation naturally. This will already ensure that she leaves the conversation early enough that her guards won't reattach. So then, after we do that, we can just get to look at the phone, pick it up again, put it in the new place, and ring it. I am doing get out there, because obviously here we can do it with live kills, which I'll show in a second. But you can just lure, you could just also lure into that small room leading to the point man. It's not the safest place to leave her if you like want to leave guns around, because they will pass through there sometimes. But this is me realizing that I forgot to actually bring a loud gun for demonstration, so I will KO this guy. He will be found, but yeah, now I'll just make a complete mess of the kill. Why not? It's all for demonstration, it's fine, right? The best way to get out is probably through this way. Ideally, you don't lock her down, because that results in way more enforcers. And I'm trying to contain this, but but yeah, I kind of managed to contain it. And now I want to demonstrate some more things, plus that isolation worked into a spin. I picked up a loud SMG for no reason. Spins at the top left. Sean Rose Fall, Penelope Gaze, Live Screwdriver as Militia Cook, Ezra Berg, Live SMG as Militia Spec Ops, Maya Fire as Militia Tech. Spins provided by Croupier in this case. And now this is a pretty easy way into Maya's shed, and learning this has given me the confidence to consider going into Maya's shed to isolate her early more often. It's actually really good, especially if you're skipping the West Bridge start, if you're starting in the Soldier like I did. If you peek out just enough to see the upper wall there, then you can just distract those two and you can get a peekaboo on her earlier. If you fail to do that, then you can also just wait it out. She will turn that way eventually anyway. KO her into this fire so that she dies instantly. Also, you know, if you did a bullet impact and she heard it as well, it'd still work. You'd be delayed a little bit though. And since we're approaching the 120, 130 timing, the pisser will be just about to leave. I want to keep him there, because he's going to be a pain if he goes to the table in a second, and I'm trying to KO the cook, and we also need to wait for that guy I'm putting out. We need to wait for that guy in order to even KO this guy. And then we're good. And from here I'm going to use the ICA flash phone once again, because it's awesome. Throw it, drop it, ring it, and he will go to the latest spot he heard it, even though it's a different type of sound. And that gets him right where I want him. Now that the pisser's not over there, we don't have as much to worry about for this guy. There is like one other guard position you need to watch out for. But basically, if they're both at the table facing each other, it's fine. If they're both looking down and cooking. It's only when they sort of walk around the table where you need to watch out. Sean Fall, I'm just gonna go in and do it here. The explosives will make perfect timing for Sean here. A peekaboo him up. That's as good as done. The explosive specialist area here is really good place to isolate Sean in general if you're not doing Westbridge, if you're skipping it because you've got obviously live Ezra or Penelope. Gonna give him the 2-foot drop, high gravity area and all.
Nicely done, 47.
So what am I doing next? I don't even remember. Alright, next is the Penelope. So obviously we could have stored the militia soldier in that tech shed and basically done all the same stuff. We just would have had to wait it a bit for the pisser here to go away before we isolate the chef. But no matter, we're early enough to do the early Penelope variation of this Penelope ISO. In fact, we have a bit of waiting to do. Fun. Yeah, she'll dismiss them. They'll detach from her. And go and stand over by their posts. I will place the gun as early as possible, so that she gives up on waiting for this guy as early as possible, therefore avoiding her guards reattaching. And then I can just throw the phone right there. I can lure into her if I want to. It's probably not the best idea, but I just wanted to show it once. Like, if you can lure behind there, do that. Like, look, this guy is going to come out through this way because he took the gun. So I'm going to wait for him first.
My mind must have been playing tricks.
Make sure the doors are closed. Throw it at her, and she'll be good. and we can retrieve the gun if we want to. Obviously, we don't want that one. Alright, now for Ezra. The guards are going to dismiss themselves after a short time, but they'll just stop and go back to the house. Obviously, we could have, while we were waiting for Penelope, we could have isolated the other spec ops, but we already have this one from Maya's shed, so as well we'll use what we've already got. But yeah, you do have to be careful of Penelope's guards if doing this sort of target order. In this case, just me, or does Ezra seem a bit late? I don't know. I'm gonna clear these two guys out of here. One of them's Ezra's guard from the basement, one of Ezra's guards, and the other one's the guy who's out here usually. If I fire a shot to low one and then throw something to low the other, they'll both fuck off. And then I'll just wait until he clears off enough so I can shoot the camera. A bit tight, maybe a thrown item at the camera would have been better, but got away with a shot. I can break in and isolate this guy somehow, or KO this guy, prepare the room. But first I'm gonna actually wait. I figure use the fuse box, lower him over there. Ezra's other guard, because Ezra's walking into the basement voluntarily. It's a similar thing. If he walks in voluntarily, his guard will follow. And I think also if you drag him in far enough, but if you drag him just outside the basement, I don't think he actually comes in. If you KO him just outside the basement. Anyway. Now the other guards in here, I can safely KO them both. And deal with Ezra. So yeah, just an improve. Obviously there's further optimizations you could do with this. Thanks to being able to take care of Penelope early, thanks to not having to wait at the house. I could have got Ezra out that outside box. It would have been less trouble than going into the basement, but I just wanted to show the slow and sort of steady approach. There we go.